Thank you.
And we are on standby to go live. I'm going to share my screen. And Brian, the floor is yours.
Okay, very good. So there's no particular agenda. It's just about us talking for a little bit while Adam's doing his engineering over there. So first of all, Eddie, it was great having you on the show on Saturday.
Oh, thank you,
So
Brian.
what we should probably do, have you listened to it yet?
I have not had the chance. As you know, I'm getting ready to go Friday or tomorrow morning, actually. I'm getting ready to start the trip up there to Long Island, New York. I'm going to stop by my sister's first. As you know, her husband passed away on Sunday night. And so we're going to stop by there and see the launch. And then from there, we're going to go up to Long Island. So I've been scrambling to get everything together. So,
well, if maybe what we should do is have you we'll put the card on the placard. We'll put that up on, I'll share it with Adam and maybe he can get it up there. Part of your tour should be that's how you almost like you kickstarted it that way, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's funny how this whole thing is turning out because, my girlfriend's sister-in-law lives up there in Long Island. Mm-hmm. And that's where I stayed just before I came back home because I went from Manhattan. I went over to Long Island, stayed with a friend of mine for like 5 days, and then I left from there. Mm-hmm. So this is like going back to the beginning and a continuation of the tour.
Oh, it's always
just fantastic.
It's just a loop. It's always a
loop. So, and it just really kind of set itself up. I didn't even do anything. It just went here. Here's a gift, start right where you left off. I was like, okay.
Well, we had a great time talking. I can't wait to, follow you on more of your journey and things like that. So Adam, you're back.
Yes, we are now live on Facebook. So I'd like to take this moment and welcome everybody to the digital version of the 10 Million Smiles World Tour. Congratulations, Eddie. Everybody give it up for Eddie.
Love it. Thank you, everybody. Love you all.
So you guys are going to hear a remarkable story today. You're going to hear about the journey that Eddie's been on. You're going to hear about the people. You're going to have a chance to participate. Eddie, what I'd love for you to do is give a really quick introduction while you still have everybody here on with you at this exact moment.
These are some beautiful people that have really enhanced my life. They're people that are, they have a very special place in my heart, all of you. And, if I'm going to do a journey like this and I'm going to kick it off, I can't think of better people to have on with me than the people who have made the biggest difference in my life. It's, and I can't describe the things that have happened and the way that they have touched me every single place that I go. It's like a party. Every time I see any of you, it's like a party. It's like being so joyful and happy. And it's like part of the tour. It's like part of the happiness, part of the smile, and it's sharing with each other. And then, like you're walking into a parking lot and things, and you're like, Eddie, and then I'm smiling back, and it's just so warm and so loving. And this is why I love to smile so much, because we have the opportunity to take this and we can literally change people's lives with the smile. And I tell people, I say, you know what? The smile has changed my life, and it's actually saved my life twice. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. But this is the kickoff of all kickoffs for me, because I have been dreaming about this for like 5 years, and I have never given up. I've never surrendered. There's been so many things that have jumped into my life to say, stop, Eddie. And I said, no, thank you. I'm just going to keep going.
I love it. I love it. There's so many blessings for you, Eddie. I'm so thrilled to have met you and developed a relationship with you, and so happy to meet all the people surrounding you. We're really going to get into telling your story. So we're going to ask everybody to give us one last smile. before we send you back to the green room, and we're going to get started telling the secrets behind Eddy's book
guys
and
in a
what
little
really
while.
made it happen. All right, we'll see you guys shortly. All right. Floor is yours, Brian.
Well, this is real easy. There's nothing, Eddie and I have been circling each other on Facebook and other arenas for quite a while. And it's almost like we needed this tour to kind of advance our connection. And now that we have this connection, I don't think anything's ever going to break it. There's so many things we're aligned on, so much, the energy of his story is very attractive. I am really looking forward to following, and even I told Eddie I'd even find places where I was going to meet up with him on his journey, even Long Island. So, and Eddie, I think one of the things that is most powerful about your story is, and I know you're going to get into bits and pieces of it for everybody, but one of the most powerful parts about your story is how the smile is no longer just about saving your life. It's about helping other people save their lives. And I love the story you shared on the show. And I think maybe today you could reshare that story with this audience as well.
Turn your mic on, Eddie. Turn your mic on. Go ahead. You have to hit that mute button, and everybody can hear you.
Oh, you still have him muted.
I apologize about that. I didn't know it was muted. There were so many stories that we talked about that day,
Yep.
on a show. Which one of the ones is it that you would like me to
I
share?
really like the story when, this guy was just kind of had a rundown life, and he just, can I walk with you? Just in how that story, it impacted both of you. It had an impact on both of you as you guys shared just a 10-block walk or whatever that was. It just was an amazing thing. So I think, I'm probably giving away, spoiler alert type of thing should be announced here, just because I want you to tell it much more detail though.
Oh, absolutely. That is an amazing story. I was walking through Riviera Beach, and I'm pushing a stroller. I had just come from the store from Publix, and I had picked up a couple of boxes of crackers, and I'm speeding along. I mean, I'm booking it, and somebody comes in front of me. This gentleman comes in front of me, and he stops and he says, "Sir, can I buy a box of crackers from you for $1?" Because I had bought a couple of boxes of crackers at Publix, And I looked at him, and you could tell that he's on the street. He had one eye that was burst. Found out later that it was from high blood pressure from when he was in jail. And I looked at him and I said, "No, you can't buy a box of crackers for me for $1." I said, "But I'll give it to you." And the guy's eyes lit up. I mean, he just, you should have seen his energy at that time. He just lit up, and he called his girlfriend over, and he says, come here. You got to meet this guy. And, we started talking and stuff. And he said, "What are you doing?" He says, "You got a stroller, and you got a couple of babies that look like duffel bags," because I had 2 duffel bags in it. And, the guy's like, he's really, really curious. And I started telling him what I was doing. And so he says, "Can I walk with you?" And I said, "Absolutely." I told him I'm walking to Washington, D.C., because at that time I wasn't going to New York yet. Okay. My real destination was Washington, D.C. I just wound up in New York. So he's like, "Cool." So we start walking about 15 blocks, right? And as we're walking, he starts sharing his story. And what had happened was he was on the street, and there was another guy that came up, and the guy shot at him. And he showed me where the bullet whizzed by his head. It just, it left a scar. But it didn't, it didn't hurt him. It really just left a scar, it scratched him. But the guy told him, he said, "If I see you again, I'm going to kill you." And so he decided he needed to protect himself. And he went out and he bought a gun. Now, 2 guys on the street with a gun, not a great idea. So the next time they met, he shot and killed the guy. He went to the police station and he put the gun on the counter and said, "This is what happened." And they took him and they put him in jail for 8 years for murder. I mean, that's that's like a death sentence.
Mhm.
Basically, he was started talking about how he couldn't get a job, people didn't trust him, he couldn't find a place to live, and he lived out on the street. And so we just kept sharing, and it was such an amazing thing. The stories that he was telling me about, it's tit for tat on the street. Somebody does something to you, you got to do something back, and he said, I don't want to be that way. He said, I just want to be happy. I just want to smile. And I was like, oh man, and we were getting ready to split. I had to go into a fire station. I wanted to go in there. Every fire station I saw, I stopped and I thanked them for what they did, because they saved my life in 2006 when I had my cerebral hemorrhage. So I was getting ready to walk into there, and he grabs my arm, and he didn't grab it hard. He just kind of gently turned me, and he looked at me and he said, this is only a box of crackers. I know it's only a box of crackers. But he said, this is the first time that anybody's ever given me anything and not asked me for something in return. And this is also the first time that anybody's ever listened to me and not judged me. He was crying while he was doing it.
I'm about to cry. I'll smile and cry at the same time. It's that kind of story. It's like quite amazing story.
Oh my gosh, the energy was so amazing. If you could see him while he's sitting there telling me the story of, how he just wants to be happy. He just wants to smile. He's not going to go out and retaliate to anybody out on the street. He wants to be the best that he can be. He said, Eddy, your smile is it's contagious. And I love the fact that you're doing that. And he told me that he touched his heart and that he was going to keep that in his heart, and he was going to live his life that way. Just sharing the smile, sharing happiness, sharing joy, and finding the good inside of people rather than the negative, rather than the bad.
Right. I think one of the things that's really beautiful about this thing is that the smiles that you're bringing to the table for people, the smiles are really, smiles are non-judgmental.
Yeah, they're not.
And so what you just shared this powerful story about just engaging somebody where he was without questioning, whether he did something right or wrong, or none of that categorization that we often heap on people or assess people with. And then in the end, it was essentially what you're all about, is giving people room to breathe and have a smile and a moment of peace that comes with it, and healing. I think smiles and laughter are all about healing.
Yes.
And I'm a wee bit jealous of your campaign. So that's why I'm going to have to hook up with you and probably follow you for a few miles so I can say, I was there. I can do that.
You're going to be part of it, because I'm going to be visiting you in Long Island. So we're going to get together. We got to put that out there. And the thing is that one of the things that I learned at that moment that was really And I got to tell you, what a lesson that this man taught me. And he was like, he says he was learning things from me. And I'm like, I'm learning from you. I mean, look at this gift that you gave me. And
well, that's a beautiful part too, is that I'm pretty confident when you are providing a pathway for those 10 million smiles, that you're going to have 10 million new vectors of learning how to smile yourself.
Absolutely, I will. And of course, we want that to just keep going and going and going and going and turn it into like 30 million, 50 million, 100 million, who knows? Half the planet. That's what I'd love.
Okay.
Realistically, I know I can't get it, but that's okay.
Let's go for the 4 billion smiles tour. Let's just rename it right now.
4 billion smiles. That'd be good. And if you guys just leave your smiles on our pages, and spread them out and send us pictures and videos and things like that. That would be wonderful, because we want to share them with everybody. It's not just that I want to share my smile with you and you share your smile with me. I want to share it with the world. I want people to see this. I want them to see your smile as well as mine, because this is not about me. This is about touching as many people as possible on this planet to change some people's worlds. Because guess what? The smile will change some people's worlds because they get addicted to it, and they just want to go out and they want to smile as much as they can because they feel so joyful. They feel so beautiful. They feel so powerful, and it can change your business. It can change your life. It can change your relationships around you. It can change everything in the world, your health. Stage 4 colon cancer. I've got stage 4 colon cancer, but guess what? The smile is helping me to move away from it. I'm dancing with it, and it's going to be gone soon.
Good. I think, you know how people talk about the butterfly, the flap of a butterfly's wings could turn into a hurricane?
Yep.
I think you embody that with this entire concept.
Well, thank you.
What a great analogy, Brian. What a great, and for anybody just joining in now, we're on with Eddy Smile Rodriguez. He's the man with the smile. He's collecting 10 million smiles on his 10 million smile happiness tour. We're on with Brian Baird as well. Brian and Eddy go back a bit, have a great relationship. And if you want to share your smile, it's really simple. We put all the links below, or you just pick up your cell phone and you text the word smile to 855-476-4845. I know you can't memorize it that fast. We'll put it down. We're going to mention it a bunch of times. But Eddy, I have some other people who are smiling with you. Brian, can you stick around, or are you out?
I'll stick around for a little bit, and I'll probably be letting other people talk, and then I'll signal when I'm going to go.
You got it. You got it. I'm going to bring on somebody special. She was at that apex point when I first met Eddy. Her name is Trish. Her name's Trish Carr. She's a absolutely wonderful person. We're all participating in an event called Essence of Being, which I don't know, half or all this people on the call came in. And Trish really set the tone. And it was her smile that really attracted me to that event and made me comfortable in that moment. So Trish, welcome to the virtual book tour.
Hi, Trish.
Hello. So nice to see all of you. Eddy, I'm so excited.
Oh, me too. Thank you for being
happy
here.
to be here. You know what, Eddy? We have been intertwined for probably 13 years now.
Yeah, long time.
The 30 Network started in 2008, and you and I were fast friends. And, I still remember, I was so lucky to be at the beginning of your journey before even any of this happened. You were just talking about Smile and a Wave Day on August 18th, right? Oh, 26. Oh,
you got a good memory. 26,
August, that's your birthday. I know that.
Uh-huh.
And I still have my Smile and a Wave little bands and everything. And, I was just looking at the pictures of the football game that we all did together. We did the dolphin game together. You are an inspiration, truly an inspiration. When I met you, you were at a point that most people would say would be the lowest point in their lives, if you remember back then.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you do. And nothing stopped you, Eddy. Nothing ever stops you. You just keep going, and it's such a pleasure, and it's my honor to be able to call you my friend. And I'm so happy about everything that you have accomplished and everything you're still yet to accomplish. So I'm so excited about what's happening for you.
Now, Trish, you were there at what was Happiness in the Park, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All those first events, when I think about it, people always go, I have this vision of what I want to create, and there's nothing in front of them right now. And there was nothing in front of you. You were just on a mission that Smile and a Wave Day was going to become a national holiday, August 26th. That was what was going to happen. And here's the other side of it, is you made connections and partnerships with people, and you supported them. You supported us in our mission so that together we could make a difference in the world. It wasn't about what Eddy was about. It was about how can Eddy support you while Eddy is still making the changes he wants to make in the world. And You're an amazing partner, and I love you so much. And I'm so excited for you and so proud of everything you have going on. You are changing the world one person at a time. It's happening right now.
Thank you, Trish. And you know, what you and your sisters have created is amazing. I remember when WPN started.
Right?
And
Me too. 13
yeah, it
years,
was,
Eddy.
yeah, I mean, we were like right there, you know, you have a mission similar to mine, and the way that you work that mission, the way that you help all those
Yes,
women
sir.
and men is absolutely incredible. And, you know, I was so honored to be able to come in and participate in some of the things that you guys did, and have you guys come to the events that I put on, and just the exchange, the beautiful energy exchange that we've had. And, you know, it's just been fantastic.
Eddy, when I think about you, I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
What do you do? What do you do in those moments? Because we all have those moments where we're thinking, gosh, this is hard. This is work. What do you do in those moments to keep yourself inspired and moving forward?
Well, I mean, for me, there's just something inside of me that just doesn't ever want to give up. You know, it just wants to find the place that I can go to just keep giving to the world. To, you know, as I'm giving to people and smiling with people and things like that, I'm uplifting myself. And I kind of remember back to the time that, you know, Eddy, this is bonus time for you, because I was supposed to be dead back in 2006. I don't know if you remember,
sir.
the cerebral.
I absolutely
Yeah.
do.
So, you know, this is bonus time in my life. So I get to enjoy this, and I don't have to worry about, hey, you know, what's going to happen in the future. I'm already living well beyond where I was supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, so 2006, it's now with 2021, I've got a couple of years that I've earned. So, but you know what? If you start looking at your mission, what is your mission? How big is that mission for you? How badly do you want to achieve it? What is the why that you want to achieve it? And who are the people that you can help and support while you're going on that mission? Because one of the things is that when you do something, don't do it just for you. Do it for the people around you. Do it for the people that you don't know. Do it for the people that need it. No matter what it is, there's people that need what you have. And if you can find a way to present that to them and just make a difference, you're actually making a difference in your own world, and you're bettering your world. You're putting the energy out there that will keep you going. It's recognized. Some people call it God, some people call it the universe. Well, whatever you call it, it doesn't matter. It's recognized when you're going out there and you're doing things not just selfish for you, but to help everybody else. And that's what does it for me, is that I get to know that I get to touch people. I'm like, wow, you know, look at that person, look at them go, look what they're doing. And I get to know that I was a little bit of that, you know, a little part of it, just a small part. It doesn't matter. I just know that their energy is flowing better because we had a conversation, we did an event together, whatever it is. Understand that you make such a difference in people's lives. And some people don't ever recognize the fact that they do, but you do. I promise you, you do. You make a difference with everybody that you meet if you allow yourself to do it.
Yes.
And just turn on that desire.
Yes, yes.
I hope I answered your question.
You did. And here's one thing I'd really like to encapsulate with everything you said, is that so many of us want to make a difference for people. We always use I want to make a difference for people. I want to make a difference for the world. And you embody the premise that it's not about making a difference for people and the world. It's about making a difference for one person at a time. And that's exactly what you do. One person gets Eddy's smile. One person gets Eddy's hand. And that one person is changed, which exponentially changes everyone. So Eddy, I just want to say I love you. Thank you for continuing all of the work that you're doing to change the world. We need love more than ever right now.
Yeah.
And I'm honored to be here to honor you. So thank you for inviting me, and thank you for everything you do for all of us, one person at a time.
Thank you, Trish. I hope you know just how much you've made a difference in my life.
Back at you, my friend.
mean,
I do. And
yeah,
and I
it's
hope
just-
you know the same for me.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Love you,
Love you
Trish.
too,
Thank
Eddie.
you, Trish. The show is much better because you were here. Trish Carr from Women's Prosperity Network. Thank you, love. So good to see you again.
You got to check that out, Women's Prosperity
As you're
Network.
moving in your next person to support Eddie on this extraordinary experience, I just want to say, hey, Eddie, can't wait to see you in person. Love you, man. And the journey is just beginning, right? So.
Oh, absolutely. Love you too, Brian. And it's going to be fun up there. Okay. Bring some tissues because we're going to be crying.
Okay. Well, I carry around napkins too, just in case.
There you go.
Talk to
Thanks,
you.
Brian. You're making a difference in a lot of people's world. I really appreciate that you're in mine.
Absolutely.
All right, Eddie, it's me and you and our smiles.
What's happening, Adam?
Can you see my screen?
I can. That's wonderful, man. That's
So-
Mel, one of my clients. He's a doctor. Great guy.
So we got Eddie. Eddie's got this van. He's in his tool. So you're going to be driving from Florida all over, and you're going to end up in New York for a while.
Yes, I'm gonna wind up for a couple days up there in Long Island, New York. I'm gonna meet up with Brian and a friend of mine, Steve. I actually stayed at his house after the walk, and I guess it's part of the journey, you know. So I'm going to be staying over there, and then I'm going to go up to Scroon Lake, New York, and that's going to be kind of like home base for a little while for the next 4 months. And we're going to end up going to Wisconsin, New England, someplace on the southeast coast, you know, or the northwest coast. Sorry. Northwest, Southwest, you know, just we're going to be all over. We don't know where we're going to go. It's going to be like the walk. People are going to call, say, hey, come over here. And I said, okay, and we're heading your way.
And that's what we wanted to announce to people. We put up a special hotline. You can text the word SMILE to 855-476-4845. So you can share your smile digitally. You can know where Eddie's going, or you can call him and say, hey, Eddie, you know, it's Tom down in West Virginia. Come on by. We want you by for a barbecue.
There you go.
So
That would be
you're fully connected. You're sharing your smile, and you're open to the detours on the road so you can share time with all sorts of people. As a matter of fact, talking about sharing with people, there's some people on the call who want to speak with you.
All right.
And if it's cool with you, I'm going to bring up somebody who's dear to my heart. Her name's Vismaya. She is grateful because the reason I wanted to bring her in is what you were talking about was gratitude, and she's the gratitude gangster.
Oh yeah, she's the queen.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to the next person on the virtual book tour with Adam Connects, featuring Eddie Smile Rodriguez, Miss Vismaya Rubin. Vismaya, welcome to the show.
Hi, super
How are
excited to be here. I am really, really great. It's funny because, you know, we talked briefly and you were like, hey, I'm doing this thing. Can you come? And I had no idea what I was getting into, but you asked and I said yes, because honestly, you know, ditto everything that Trish said. You are truly an incredible human being and inspiration to the world.
Thank you. And so are you. I mean, I love those shirts that you sell, gratitude and just your energy and the way that you carry yourself. And, you know, we've done some things together and it's always been a blast. You got that smile on your face. I think it's permanent, right? You had it kind of surgically put in. But no, you're just such a wonderful, wonderful lady. And I'm honored to have you here. And to be honest with you, I didn't know what was going to happen on here. I just knew, hey, you know, we're going to have a good thing. Come on, Vismaya, let's do it.
And always the answer is yes, because, you know, you fill my cup and, you know, I find it so amazing that I loved your answer when Trish says, what do you do to stay in a positive space? Because truly your story is incredible. And I remember when we first met, you know, I got your book, and I sat down, and I don't think I stopped until I finished. And I was like, I cannot believe you did this. And I was teaching at the time. And I remember I brought it to my kids, and I'm like, this guy just walked from Miami to New York. And it was such a powerful, powerful story. Like, people have dreams, and I'm looking at your van. I'm like, I want one of those for living in gratitude today. So, you know, you're inspiring me on many levels. And I can't wait to hear the transformation that happens to the people that come in contact with you, to the people that stop you along the way, that wave and smile, and yeah.
Oh, it's going to be beautiful. I know that there's so many things ahead of me, and I can't even fathom what they're going to be, because I know that when you let go, like you do, when you let go and you just start living your life and you don't worry about what's going to be going on and what you're going to get back and all this, you just go out and you give. That's it. Just go out and give and be open to receiving, because everything's about giving and receiving. As you know, in gratitude, you're grateful for the things. And I do want to share one thing before I get off track. I do want to share one thing about gratitude. People say cancer. It's a nasty word. It's a nasty disease and things like that. But I do have to tell you, one thing I learned from you is I am grateful to cancer for what it has done for me. It has done a lot of negative things, but it's also done positive things. I can truly say 100 points drop, because I learned how to eat because cancer taught me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I lost 47 pounds. I gained some back. Okay. We'll say I gained some back, but cancer taught me how to eat again. And both my sugar and my weight dropped. It showed me how to carry myself better, even better than I was before. Do I love cancer? Absolutely not. But I am grateful for the things that it has brought me. So in everything in life, as you know, if you become grateful for all of the things, the good, the bad, the ugly, it doesn't matter. If you become grateful to them, you will find a gift inside. And that's wonderful. Now I lost track on what I was saying before.
I think that was perfect. I absolutely agree with you. And I love the fact that you can embrace the challenges. And I think sometimes we get caught up in this idea of it has to be a certain way, but when you can stop and breathe and say, okay, what am I supposed to learn? What am I going to get out of this? How is this what is the lesson? Where are the little moments of gratitude, or where are the moments of these that bring us joy? And you know, your story is all about that, walking from Miami to New York, and people show up for you and you get to show up for people. All of those are moments of gratitude where you get to, you know, jot them down, and they fill you up, and you take them with you. So it's.
Oh, I'm very, very grateful for all of the people who have stepped up for me, stepped up for the cause. You know, because this thing is really not about me. It's all about the energy that the smile brings. And that walk, you know, the walk was so amazing. I just let go of everything. I mean, everything. I had no idea what I was going to do in a day. I had no idea where I was going to sleep. I had no idea where I was going to eat. None of it. I started with $200 in my pocket. I ended with $200. And it was just, you know what? I wake up in the morning and say, okay, where am I going? What am I doing today? You know, and I had a little saying that I would say, who's going to show up today? And I was very grateful that every single time that something was needed, it just showed up. Within 5 minutes, it would show up. Well, okay, there was one time it took 5.5 minutes, but you know, it still showed up. And you know, it was just crazy. Living your life in gratitude is such an amazing thing that is so hard to describe unless you go out and do it. If you're grateful for all of the things that are happening, good or bad, you're going to find the gifts inside of those bad things that are brought your way. Because let's face it, life brings a lot of negative things your way, right?
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
it's just the way it is. But be patient. Have that gratitude within your heart and say, okay, show it to me, expose it to me. Tell me what it is that is inside of this little thing that's happening, and I guarantee you will find it. It's when
What
you
a-
go, that you won't.
What a magical thing you said, the idea of who's going to show up today, or you ask for it, or you put the thought out there, and then boom, it happens. And I love when those moments happen, and it sounds like it happened time and time and time and time again. And people are, they always say, oh, manifestation, do you believe in law of attraction? Absolutely. And you're living proof.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely living proof. And speaking of that, when we get off at some point, I have 2 people that I want to connect you with, because I think that you would be a brilliant asset in their community. So
Nice. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
I
welcome.
really appreciate that.
What an amazing connection here. We're sharing our smiles and we're talking gratitude. Eddy, you said gratitude's a difficult thing to explain. I will tell you the second best explanation in the world you can ever get on gratitude is from a man named Wallace Wattles. The book's called The Secrets of Getting Rich, Chapter 7. Great description of what gratitude is. You want the best description of gratitude in the world? Speak to the woman on the call with us here. This Maya Rubin, she knows gratitude inside and out because she is the gratitude gangsta. What? And so honored that you're here with us. Thanks for coming out to play, to share your smile and to bring that energy out from Eddy from the inside so he can share it with his audience.
it is my pleasure.
Anything else that you'd like to add before we just thank you for being here?
When are you leaving? You're leaving on Friday? Tomorrow?
Friday,
Okay.
tomorrow.
So
Tomorrow
I
morning.
will- when you come
Ask me
back,
if I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah. My stuff's not, but I am.
I look forward to seeing and following you on your trip, and to seeing you when you get back to South Florida.
Absolutely. Big virtual hug. Love you.
Love you too.
You've always been an amazing joy in my life. You're that light.
Thank you.
You've helped me a ton.
Thanks, Miss Maya. Love you too. I'll see you soon. Eddy, you're doing so well. You are surrounded with love, and we're going to bring in Mike Wagner. Mike's got some love for you as well. I don't know Mike, so when we bring him in, I want you to do the introduction. All right, Mike, you're on standby.
Okay.
I'm Adam Bricker from Adam Connects. You're on the virtual book tour. Today we're featuring Eddy Smile Rodriguez. It's him right there, and he has the 10 Million Smiles Happiness Tour. He's got his van all worked up. He just said he's ready to go. And we're bringing in some people who are special in his life. The next person we're going to bring in is Mike Wagner. Eddy, go ahead and introduce Mike.
Mike, how you doing, man?
Mute. I am now on. Hey,
Ah.
hey, how are we doing, Eddy?
There you
Oh,
are.
great to see you. How you doing? Hey, Adam, thanks for having me on as well, too. I mean, by judging from what I see and everything, you got a great podcast. You got a great guest on. You've got great hosts and everything else. And you know something? I'm just so honored to be on as well. I mean, this is probably a bigger honor for me to be with Eddy right now and the show than me having like 800 great guests like yourself, Eddy. This is probably my number one right now. And you making me smile for sure. See?
Mike,
I'm having problems trying to get this.
help me. Mike, I gotta tell you, man, I really appreciate you. We met a long time ago on radio guest list, and it's like, yeah, it's really good. I mean, because I thought I was just starting out and trying to figure out, okay, what am I gonna do here? I connected with you, and it was just such an amazing show. I mean, you have a way of, you carry yourself in your shows that, man, you're on target. Boom, 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 boom. And you got like guests. I think, do you ever sleep? Because it's like 24/7 you have guests.
I'll be quite honest with you. I do sleep, but I never let anyone know my schedule because you'll never know when I'm awake and when I'm sleeping. And I'd rather keep it a secret. Right, Adam? Secret.
Yeah, so that first show I was on with you, it was just so smooth, so easy. I mean, we shared so many good times and laughter, and we've been connected ever since. And I've been on your show again. And, you know, every time I go on your show, I'm so uplifted knowing that somebody like you actually wants to have somebody like me on the show. It's such an honor.
Well,
It's such an honor.
Well, I have to say, is Eddie, is that you're actually an honor because reading your profile and you introduce yourself to a radio guest list, and I look and I look and I look, and it says, I think I might have heard of this guy. He was on the news, and you did this walk. And when I got to know you further, you talk about your journey in detail, how you got started, you know, your trials, your tribulations, and everything else. And I look and I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy is very special. And we had you on. And we had a lot of people tuned in. And of course, for follow-up, it's like the numbers just went through the roof. It's like, this guy was just amazing. I gotta say that. I mean, I'd probably say of all the 800 guests I've had, you're probably the most amazing right now. And I'm sure Adam can attest to that. Yeah.
Got that smile. I love it.
Right.
You know?
I built a whole show around him. As a matter of fact, I'm going to have another one when he gets up into New York. He's down there. We're going to have a whole another group of people he hasn't even met yet come on and tell how special it is to meet and know Eddy.
Well, that's phenomenal. I mean, you know, it's people like you that make such a difference in this world. You know, if it wasn't for you, Mike, and for you, Adam, you know, I wouldn't have the platform to get out there and share what it is that I know and what I understand. And to be able to bring that energy up and to share it with everybody so that, you know, we together can touch people's lives, that we can go out and make a difference, and that people can walk away feeling better and maybe getting some ideas, you know, saying, oh, wow, I heard this, you know, I heard this from Adam, I heard this from Mike, I heard this from Eddy, and take those ideas and run with them. You know, because the whole thing that we are doing here, you as podcasters and me as a guest, is doing our best to uplift the world, to uplift the people that we talk to make them understand that there's more than what they believe is out there. I know I learned this, you know, EOB, Adam, we were at EOB. Oh my God, EOB is like crazy. And I have a friend of mine, by the way, that she went to EOB after I introduced it to her. And she looks at me and she says, you know, now that I've done EOB, you are EOB. Because a lot of the things that I learned are from there, you know, going to EOB. And Mike, you know, you have brought so many teachings into my life as we have conversations on your show, and the things that you say off of what I've said are fantastic. I mean, you have a way of expanding it and just growing it that I hope that one day I can express myself as well as you do on your shows.
And you know something too, since you're going to be going on a tour pretty soon, if you're ever up near Bismarck, North Dakota, you've got my number. Text me, call me, or send me a Facebook message that say, hey, I'm in Bismarck. We'll be glad to come out and meet with you. And we got some really good pizza. It's like, you tell me what you want on your pizza and we'll make sure we get it for you. So we've got some really good pizza in town. We also got, you know, just whatever your favorite food is, like we got in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Well, you know, I just learned two things. Number one, I'm breaking my diet.
And when you're with me, diets are out the window. It's like diets don't exist. You eat and eat, and there's a place called Crow Diners, and their motto is sit down and eat. In other words, and enjoy what you order, and we give it to you.
There we go. Yeah, and now I know I'm going to Bismarck.
That's right. Yeah.
Never been, man. I look forward to that, you know?
Sounds good. Just hit me up when you're in Bismarck, and we'll come out and meet you there.
I definitely will. I'm trying to picture where Bismarck is. Where is it in the country?
Bismarck is 250 miles south of the Canadian border in North Dakota. So it's just like, you know, right in the upper part. You got Manitoba up here, and this is like the very north of it. Bismarck is in the south central, 250 miles. The further north you go, the more hockey pucks come at you, but they're friendly hockey pucks and people love you. That's why I tell people we're 250 miles south of the Canadian border. Be careful when you go further north. Hockey pucks may come at you.
Well, I'm gonna have to wear my mask and my helmet, you know, make sure I do that. So when I bring my hockey stick, not that I'd ever hit a hockey puck, but I'd swing at it, but
or just get the mask from the goalie from the Florida Panthers, or maybe just go ask Andre Vasquez from Tampa Bay, the Stanley Cup winning goalie, for one. He'll be glad to give it to you. He's probably got $1 million bonus. And it's like, he can buy all the masks he wants. He'd be glad to give it to you.
okay, so that's where the buffalo roam too, right? Over there in North Dakota. So we're gonna have to go, you're gonna have to take me out there and show me some animals, some wildlife.
That's actually further out west, or by Dickinson and
Okay.
Williston, that territory, Medora. They got a great musical out there. They got a lot of buffalo roaming. They got prairie dogs that like to run around. You know, guys like to shoot them just for target practice. You got pheasants, you got quails, you got moose that's up further north, and I mean, you just got some amazing animals up there too. And then we go into the western half of South Dakota, over in the Black Hills. You'll see every animal out there. You go into Rapid City, you go by an actual zoo where you're in the car. You got bears, you got lions and tigers that just come up to you and just want to say hi. That's it. So
Nice. I'm gonna have to bring a cage behind my van so that I can put animals in there and bring them home.
oh, there you go. Yeah.
Release them out in the backyard. But I won't shoot them.
No. I mean, you got to keep the animals for other guests to see. I mean, besides go and see Mount Rushmore, Crazy Horse. Go over to Devil's Tower in Wyoming, where Close Encounters of the Third Kind got shot, and that's what actually sealed the deal for me to do the Mike Wagner show, because I had a production designer who actually recreated the Devil's Tower for that, and you know, oh yeah, it's a true story, and this is like before CGI came out, and just had a great story, and I was inspired. You know, Mike Wagner show just came up just on a trip to South Dakota, and that's how it happened.
There we go.
Outstanding. By the way, Mike, what we did was we went ahead and put your link on the Facebook Live so people can click in, hear other episodes of your show. It's been a pleasure to have you on here. And Eddie, you got to find your way to North Dakota, because an invitation to be out in the wilderness and have a pizza, man, I've never heard that combination before.
I got to do it, man. It's got to go on my schedule. I'll be heading out there.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming on, and keep that smile going.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, everybody. And
love you, Mike,
as well, too. And you guys are absolutely amazing. Looking forward to speaking with you guys very soon.
Love you, Mike.
All right.
All right. Bye.
Eddie, they are coming out of the woodworks for you today.
I'm telling you, I'm so honored, man. Thank you for putting this together. It was beautiful.
It's you know what? It's my honor. There's somebody out there who needs a smile today. And there's somebody out there who has things going on wrong with them that I can't be the judge of. It's better or worse than stage 4 colon cancer. It's not my position.
No comparison.
When you have that gratitude that you had, you explained earlier in the show, that's remarkable. That is the production of the smile. And it's my honor to have you on here. You're on the everybody's watching the virtual book tour from Adam Connects. Today we're featuring Eddy Smile Rodriguez. He's getting ready to start his 10 million smiles happiness tour. The van's wrapped, ready to roll. And we're bringing in some people who are sources of happiness. They're behind the scenes in the book. The next person on, I don't know personally. I can't wait to meet him. His name's Cliff. And so you're going to have to do most of the introductions over here. Cliff, welcome to the virtual book tour. Please unmute your mic and say hello.
Hi, how are y'all doing?
Hey, Cliff, what's going on, man?
Good to see you.
So Cliff and I just had dinner last night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
After 9 years of not seeing each other.
What's that?
Yeah, after 9 years of not seeing each other. So we originally met April of 2012. We were at an event together, and I was so taken and impressed with Eddy that we actually had lunch together at a really nice Vietnamese restaurant in Orlando. And I hadn't seen him or really spoken to him since. So last night was an incredible opportunity for he and I to catch up.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic. But see, the funny thing is that at that time, I still wasn't fully recovered from the hemorrhage. You know, I had brain bleed, 3 veins burst in the back of my brain, filled my brain with blood, kind of wiped out my brain. So anyway, I still haven't really recovered from that. I had finished the walk, and at 3 days to cash, you know, it was like, you're going to make money inside of this, you know, this session. And so they said, come up with something that you can sell. So I said, okay, I'm going to sell my book. And they said, you know, have you written your book? I said, no. Then, okay, you're going to do pre-sales. So I got several pre-sales at that event. And Cliff was one of the people, and I gave him a little IOU, a book, right? And then I lost all my IOUs, and I tried to find a way to get everybody their books and stuff like that. Some people I got to, other people I didn't. And the funny thing is Cliff, you're moving and you were packing and you found that IOU.
Yes, I did.
And he called me up and said, hey man, you owe me. No, you didn't really say that.
Like that.
No, you didn't really say that. But, you know, we started talking and started reconnecting and things like that. And then, you know, you wanted the book and I really wanted to get you the book. So we decided to have dinner together, and we had a blast last night. So that was fantastic. So we got to reconnect and you know, so tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, I currently reside in South Florida, probably about an hour and 20 minutes south of where Eddy is right now. And I'm in the middle of packing my house. I just sold my house and I'm moving to East Tennessee. I'm moving up there to be much closer to family, and it's absolutely gorgeous up there.
Yeah.
I like I said, I met Eddy through the 3 Days to Cash. It was a special program that we were both part of, and he was raising capital. And I had never heard of anybody pre-selling a book before. Now, since then, I've learned that that's actually not that uncommon. But he was pre-selling his book, and I was so impressed with his story and what he shared with me that, you know, I said, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to do that. And quite frankly, after all the years, I had forgotten about it. And I came across the IOU, and I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I need to look him up. So I found him on LinkedIn, and then we started talking, and then we connected, and he's about to go out of town and I'm about to move. So had this not occurred yesterday, we would not have been able to connect this go around. So I think we had dinner last night. We sat there for about 3.5 hours just talking. And I learned even more about Eddy, and I'm even more impressed with him than I was then. And he is an amazing individual, and his mission, his cause, and what he's doing out there is really going to touch a lot of people. He's going to make such a difference in so many people's lives in a time where America truly needs this. So I'm thrilled that he's actually going out there. This is a message that everyone needs to be spreading, because it's not just his smile, it's his mindset, it's his attitude, it's how he sees things, how he does things. And you never know who you're going to touch and share that smile with. And that becomes infectious. And they share that with someone else, and someone that you didn't even know all of a sudden is impacted by this. And it's someone that might be going through a really rough time, having a hard time in life. And this comes into their life, and it breathes light into their life. And this is so needed, and I'm so excited for Eddy.
Well, thank you, Cliff. I mean, it's, you know, this whole phase of life has really taught me so many things. And as I was walking down the road, all the different things that would happen, the people that I would meet, it just enlightened me in ways that I never thought I would be enlightened. I thought I was going out on the road to share smiles with people, to share happiness and things like that. But what I received back was well beyond what I could ever even conceive. I mean, you know, that was the thing, is that, you know, I'd run into people like you and you know, that have such open hearts, and they're such good people and have so much inside of them. And they would share their story with me. It was incredible the way that people would open up, just ask them, you know, a little question, how you doing today? And see what happens. I mean, what can happen is absolutely amazing, because that one little question, it doesn't even have to be that question. Any little question that you ask somebody and they start sharing with you, when you start to listen, they really open themselves up and share with you the important things that are in their lives, what their happiness is, what the smile is for them, you know, and it just creates this energy that can turn into a great friendship. Like we had that energy back then, but we kind of split, you know, we split our own ways and did our own things, and things were happening in our lives. Then all of a sudden we come back full circle and we meet again. And we get to share even more. I mean, that, you know, last night, as we were sharing things, I was learning so much from you, from the things that you were telling me. And then I know that you were like, wow, I'm learning from you as well. So it was a great exchange. And that's what you want to make this, is a great exchange between people. I encourage everybody to do a little bit of what I did and go walk the streets of your city. Just say hello to people, smile at people, wave at people, see what their reaction is to you and what your reaction is to them, and see what you can create between the two of you or three of you or five of you, 10 of you or 20 of you can create in that moment that can help each other to move forward in life.
What you guys are hearing here from Eddy is the value of the smile. This guy's doing the tour. You heard Mike earlier. Eddy's smile covers 4,000 miles. You're hearing it with Cliff right now. Eddy's smile covered 8 years, 12 years. Okay. You hear it. It covers decades. It covers distances. 10 million smiles across America is going to bring happiness everywhere. We spent the last year and a half having our smiles covered. Okay. Having those masks on. Okay. So I want to show you magically how I can bring in a little bit of an extra smile. You ready? Watch this. 3, 2, 1. And there's an extra smile for you. Sarah, that's Eddy. And this
How you doing, Sarah?
Hello. Just wanted to bring an extra smile to the game.
Well, thank you very much. And what a wonderful smile it is.
Well, thank you. An absolute pleasure to be here.
You know, and you were talking about we covered our smile for a year. Did we really? Because our faces were covered, but we could still see the smile in the eyes.
You know, it was amazing. I love that you said that. I would tell people, I could see your smile through your mask.
That's right.
But for so many other people, they did not have that opportunity. They lost their smile. And your job, the way I see it, your job is to bring it back.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's going to happen. It's going to be phenomenal going out there and seeing people that maybe they're looking down a little bit, maybe they're feeling a little bit bad or down, or something's going on in their life, or they don't quite know how to make that shift from the mask to no mask. Okay. Or maybe even the shift from mask to no mask to mask, because I'm hearing that maybe we'll be wearing masks again. I want people to understand, look at the eyes, look at the energy of people, the way they carry themselves. Everything that you do reeks the smile. And like I said before, the smile literally saved my life. Literally. And it was just laughing, sharing, understanding people, and just giving a little bit of yourself to other people, a little bit of your heart. Everywhere you go, leave a little piece of your heart. Because guess what? People will take that, put it into their own heart, and grow themselves more. Just because of the fact that you took the time to listen, to smile, to laugh, to play. You took time for them. Because you know people are important. Your family's important. Your love is important. And thank you for coming in and sharing that smile with me. It was great.
Happy to, anytime. I like how you talk about how it's an energy, right? You can feel it even through the mask.
Absolutely. I mean, it's like, have you ever been in a room where you just felt somebody walk into the room, you felt happier, you felt a little more joyful, and then you turn around and boom, there it is. There's somebody there that or it's possible that you don't even know them, but you can feel that energy radiating off of them because they have this big smile on their face. They're laughing. People are being, they're enjoying the fact that they came into the room. And that is what you can do to change the world. Live with that energy. Just live with that energy. Give it out freely. I guarantee you're going to get more energy back. We're like little, was that Ever-Ready bunnies, right? We go around and we go like this, we beat our drums and we're moving and shaking and things, and it actually adds energy. And that's one of the reasons that I'm healing now from stage 4 colon cancer, because of the fact that as I'm smiling, it's putting endorphins out into the world that are healing me. Doctors have told me a dozen times I'm going to die. They told me at 17, you don't want to live past 60. And I was like, yeah, I want to live past 60. They got to do chemo, radiation, surgery, all this stuff. And I'm like, why? Why? Okay, now I do low dose chemo. Okay. But when they told me I needed surgery, I told the doctor, I said, why do you want to cut out part of my lung? What's that all about? And he says, well, you need to cut it out and you need to do the chemo, you need to do the radiation. And what I told him is I said, listen, I'm a little bit attached to my lung. Okay, so how much of my lung do you want to take out? And the guy says, I don't know. And I said, well, what if you take out half my lung? He said, well, I may take out your whole lung. I don't know. And I said, no, you're not touching my lung. My left lung is my favorite lung. You gonna take that away from me? I don't think so.
Oh,
and the funny thing is that he saw me a year later at VA hospital, and he's walking down the hall. He stops dead in his tracks. His eyes get about this big, and he says, "You're still here?" And I went, "Yeah, Doc, and so are you. Isn't that fantastic?" Your energy can change your life. Your attitude, your gratitude, your love, all of that can change your life. Do things for the betterment of you, the people around you, mankind. Use your heart. Use your heart. I'm sorry, I got a little off track.
Eddy, I appreciate being here and sharing my smile. I appreciate your energy, your mission, and of course, I appreciate your smile as well. So much love to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, baby.
Mwah.
Mwah.
All right, Eddy, you are winning everybody over. The audience is loving you. Your friends are loving you. The mission is very clear. 10 million smiles. So why don't you please go ahead, share your smile below. Set it into Eddy's secret code number 855-476-4845. Or just go ahead, drop it here on Facebook. Cliff, any final parting words?
Again, just to kind of reiterate with Eddy last night, having dinner with him and talking with him, how amazing it was. It really, going through the transition I'm going through right now, it's a little intimidating, and he actually put me at ease, with the transition. He says, just move with your heart and not with your eyes. And I really love that. And the stories that he told me of the people who comped hotel rooms, and I'm not just saying one or two. I got his book, and in the back of his book, there are pages and pages of motels, high-end hotels that, 5-star resorts that comped his room, and fine dining restaurants that comped his meal. And it is just a testament that the energy that he puts out, so many people really wanted to embrace that and support him in his cause and his mission. And it is just a testament to who he is. He is absolutely incredible.
Thank you, Cliff. Love you, man.
Love you too, buddy.
Cool. All right. Thanks, Cliff. I really appreciate you adding great value to to the show. Not only do you speak well, but we can feel you. So thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And Miss Maya, floor is yours, hon.
I think the two biggest takeaways from today is the line you just said, I like my left lung. It's my favorite. Like
It
you
is.
just, you made light of a situation that was that people would, you know, my dad had part of his lung removed. So I get that. And for me, you are always a reminder that this is the most important and either our best weapon, and it can either work for us or work against us. So super excited to hear about your travels. And was that the second revision of the book, or was that the first one that I saw Cliff have?
Oh, the second.
Hello, how do I get one? How do I order one?
Oh, just let me know. I'll get you one.
All right,
Or you can go to Amazon. You have it as Amazon.
there you go.
Yeah, because there are two versions of the book. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's the newest one. So, but I'm thinking I may end up back with the older one because this is a walk from Florida to New York. Okay. And it's got me on it. People kept telling me I need to be on it and, you know, let people know where I did, what I did on the cover. The other one's 10 Million Smiles from Florida to New York. So, but, you know, it's all good, right?
Very good. Super excited to follow you on this journey.
Thank you, Miss Maya. I love you.
I love you too.
You know, you hold a special place in my heart.
Thank you.
Love
As
you,
you do in
Miss Maya.
mine. I love you too. It's a big old love fest. I'm like looking over because I'm house sitting and there's a dog here who's like, I want my dinner. So he's chiming in too. He's smiling also.
Yeah, my dog too. She wants her dinner. So like, come on. She's all good. I gave her a bone, so.
I love it. Oh, what a great way. Thank you guys all for coming together. This might ask you a great question, Eddy. How can she get a copy of the book? And you know her, you can hand her one.
Right.
But everybody else watching, when you say go to Amazon, it's a little difficult for people. So if we just tell them, text the word smile,
There you go.
855-476-4845. Everything they need to get in contact with you, share your smile, buy your book for a friend. If you guys have somebody in your life, a friend, a family member who's lost their smile, life can be overwhelming. This might be the perfect gift to get for them. Eddy's book, he's changing lives, he's touching lives. You heard it today, it's full evidence. Bring Eddy into your life, whether it's digitally, whether it's through his book, or whether you invite him to come over to a 4-star restaurant and your 5-star resort to hang out. Just like Cliff was mentioning. Either way, Eddy, what an honor to have you on the virtual book tour today. Any parting words that you'd like to share with the audience at this moment?
Well, I got to tell you that when you do the things that are right for the world, okay, it's something that when you go out and you do things in your life, who's it touching? How many people are you going to be able to touch? How many people are going to help to move forward? And it doesn't matter what it is that you have a way to help people to move forward. Okay, built into every single thing on this planet is a way to help somebody. What is that thing that you can do? That you can make a small difference or a big difference in their lives, and do it in a way that it just comes natural to you as well. If you have an issue in your life, something's going on and you don't know what to do, go help somebody with that same issue. Find out what's going on with them, because I guarantee you, as you start to help them, guess what? You can help yourself. And isn't that beautiful? When you can take your loving energy, when you can take the things in your life and you can share it with somebody and it helps you as well, man, that's called a win-win. And the thing is too, is that if you teach them in a way that they can take what they have, what they just learned, and share it with somebody else, now that's when the magic really happens. Things begin to roll. and roll and roll and roll. And how many people can you help to heal with just sharing the smile, sharing the laughter, sharing the love that you have for the world in your heart? It's magic. And it's beautiful.
Thank you,
Love you
Eddie.
all.
Thank you, Eddie. You have so much love. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Vismaya, Cliff, Mike, and Trish, who were on before. Thank you guys so much for being a part of the virtual book tour. He's Eddy Rodriguez. I'm Adam Bricker. I'm out of here. Thank you, everyone.
And
Love you
Adam,
guys.
thank you. Thank you for everything you've done for me. It's wonderful.
All right, guys, thank you so much. We're done with the Facebook broadcast. Thank you for hanging around. Vismaya, sorry I brought you in back unannounced, but
That's
I
okay.
love
I
the
had
way-
to run because the refrigerator was going bing, bing, bing. I was like, oh man, you're hearing the broadcast.
You know, a lot of it you weren't on the camera. Don't worry. Sometimes, you know, I don't know if you guys know it, but I kind of control who's on the screen and who's not.
Yeah.
It was really well. Cliff, what an honor to meet you. Good luck with your move in Eastern Tennessee.
Thank you so much.
You got it. Eddie, I'll
Both of you.
connect with you tomorrow. Well, what time are you leaving tomorrow?
Tomorrow, probably around 10.
So no pressure. We got some things we'll do on the back end. Everything's available. This should already be on your Facebook page, and at some point in time, you'll have a video copy of it as well.
Nice. And Adam, thank you so much, because you guided me when I would forget to say certain things. You jumped in there and you put it out there for everybody to hear and see. And, and I hope I was a good guest for you. It's such an honor, man. Thank you
Yeah.
for everything that you're doing.
Do not underestimate yourself. Keep being who you are. I asked you to be on the show because of what you did today. So you just absolutely nailed it. Thanks for being on.
Thank you.
I'm gonna share with you this guy. He has a smile project, Louisville. He also does a smile thing. I think that you guys could have a great connection.
Awesome.
I'm trying to figure out how